Welcome back in. Welcome back in. It's your boy Mike coming back at y'all, man. Week 3 as we prepare to take on the New York Jets. Currently, both teams sitting at 2-0 after a dominant performance by the Cardinals last week against Washington. We now have a chance to face off against the Jets for the first time in a couple of seasons. And the last time that we played the Jets, they were manned by Aaron Rodgers. Absolute domination in that game. We lost it 50-19, one of the worst losses suffered under head coach Mike White, and a chance to rectify that today. But first, a look at some weekly awards, and for the second straight week, we have one Offensive Player of the Week. This time, it's Glenn Roberts, who went 26-40 for 377 yards and 5 touchdowns, also pitched in 17 yards with his legs, did throw the interception. Devin White, 13 tackles, a pick, a forced fumble. Josh Allen, 9 tackles, 4 sacks. Talk about domination. And Patrick Mahomes, 326, 2 scores, and a touchdown on the ground as well. As that's going to bring us to our first mock draft of the season. Currently, the Texans have just not progressed at all in this franchise. Currently holding the top spot, projected to take pass rusher Steven Thompson. As you take a look down there at a lot of the names, you see plenty of offensive linemen, a lot of pass rushers projected to go early, a few corners and receivers sprinkled in there, and 2 quarterbacks projected to be selected in this year's first round. And, we're still very early in the season, so not going to dive too deep on these guys just yet. As you see, 30% completions are generally what these folks are at. But we are going to take a look at right tackle Christian Wheatley, who we are currently slated to take. A awareness, A impact block, and C run block, man. 6'5", over 300 pounds, 322 to be exact. And he has great to elite strength, which is a big part of the job as an offensive lineman. Looks like he has pretty decent feet as well. The run block is a C, so we know that won't necessarily be a strength, but definitely based off the initial ratings, looks like he could be pretty decent. As we are able to finally get into some contract negotiations, we see a number of top targets: B.J. Ojulari, Zaven Collins. His interest has not moved an inch since we franchise tagged him last year. Still asking for over $15 million a year. I mean, we went well over the number that he was asking for, and just ultimately we weren't able to meet on the right number. See a lot of guys down here, depth guys. Michael Wilson, unfortunately, someone that we just never really were able to get going with. He barely saw the field as a Cardinal. He'll likely move on. But we don't have to make these decisions just yet. DJ Humphries, of course, working on a 1-year deal after being extended last season. And then we are going to have 4 fifth-year options to decide on. And it'd be a shocker to see any of these guys declining, or any of these guys' options declined. Oh, mixed up my words a little bit there. But first things first, we are going to go ahead and focus on B.J. Ojulari, 24 years old, one of the best pass rushers in the league. And I think that $19 million a year over 7 years is more than agreeable, and apparently Ojulari does too, as he is back with the team for the long term. We have one of our bookend edge rushers locked and loaded for the future, and wanted to go ahead and get this done as well. We took a look around, kind of gauge the market a little bit. Teams do know they have some leverage over us because Zaven Collins has refused to he has suited up, but he has refused to take the field. And a team that we thought would be a really good landing spot for him, the New York Jets, a 2nd-round pick this year, a 4th and a 6th the next year for Zaven Collins. Again, a player of this caliber, you may expect a first-rounder, but with no contract in place and with all of the kind of risk on the side of the Cardinals, just had to kind of settle for what you could. 2nd-round pick for a player that seemed determined to not play another snap for us, I think works just fine. So Zaven Collins finds a new home, and we pick up some draft capital. Cam Wilhelm, unfortunately, going to be out this week after already missing DJ Humphries and Keegan Buchanan, which means it'll be Owen Popo stepping in with rookie Enrique Sneed as those primary linebackers. And the Jets have a pretty long list of injuries themselves, starting with DJ Reed, who suffered a complete ACL tear, and he's going to be out for the remainder of the season. And he's a really good corner, alongside Sauce Gardner. Very, very solid number 2. Unfortunate for New York that he suffered that injury. He is getting a little more up there in age. And they also are missing another key player in their secondary, starting strong safety Kirby Joseph, now in his 5th season in the league. Joseph, of course, pretty good, in coverage, has a nose for the football. Now, he's not, overly fast, but he's a decent run support guy, good zone coverage guy. All in all, just a really nice player to have in that back end. And they are also on the offense going to be missing third-year man Patrick Wilson. Wilson is their 3rd best receiver, blazing speed, 94, and he accelerates as fast as almost anyone in the league at 97, and 88 jumping, with his size, very, very good. So definitely not going to be complaining about being able to go against a little bit less talent here against New York as we go into what we hope will be a revenge game as we get some upgrades here. And look at Amani Harris, up to a 91 overall, just 2 games into his second season, rather. One of the fastest corners in the league, and he's quickly becoming one of the best corners overall in the league. Of course, behind Jalen Johnson and Andrew Stinson for the moment. But, to be in that kind of cornerback room, it's going to help anyone develop, and it's certainly been very, very good for Amani Harris. And as you see, Enrique Sneed inching closer and closer to that 80 overall mark. Of course, he is going to be our primary number 1 linebacker for this year and potentially beyond. Of course, you got to see the way that he kind of fits into the system. It's one thing to have a really nice preseason. He did have a pretty decent first few games, but, getting in there and putting on the shoulder pads game in and game out, definitely going to be something we're going to hope to see from him as he progresses in his career. But taking a look at some of these Jets key players, Quinnen Williams, 97 overall, man, now in his 8th season, and he's one of the most dominant interior rushers in the game. 94 strength, 96 block shed. Don't even think about running the ball his way. And he does have the pass rush moves to match as well, with 88 power, 78 finesse. He can get to you in a lot of ways, and he's going to have a lot more time to try to make that happen with Sauce Gardner in the backside of that defense. 96 overall, playing up to a 97. And just look at that. 92 jumping at 6'3 already, 92 speed, and man zone, doesn't matter what you want to do. Sauce is ready for it. Likely going to see him lined up alongside Rashad Bateman for a lot of the game. But, we have a number of other receivers that we do like. So definitely, again, you'll notice that the Jets are going to be missing DJ Reed, if I had to guess. And then Zaven Collins. We talked about a pass rusher, talked about a cover man. How about someone to really set the tone on that defensive front at linebacker with Zaven Collins? And yes, very, very much a coincidence that we ended up trading him to the Jets right before we played them. But it is going to be interesting to see how much information he was able to feed to New York about this offense, about this defense in his just couple of days of preparation. And, of course, he is going to step on the field and be a key contributor against this Arizona team today. And then we move to the offense. Garrett Wilson, just spectacular. Still has yet to have a true quarterback throwing him the ball in real life. He did have Aaron Rodgers for a few seasons here in the franchise, but now back to square one, unfortunately for him. However, he is still a very good wide receiver, and we will respect him as such. And he has a running mate in the backfield, Breece Hall, now in his 5th season out of Iowa State. And Breece Hall, he's not overly powerful, but he can run through tackles. He's certainly liable to put his head down. And if you give him any type of space, man, he can take it to the house. He has that home run ability and also the ability to kind of make people miss in space. Definitely going to be a unique challenge for this defense. And how about Mecole Hardman? Not someone you typically expect to see in one of these, but he's an 84 overall, now 28 years old. And he's developed into the receiver that the Jets were hoping they had gotten from Kansas City when they signed him in real life. Of course, Mecole winning the Super Bowl for Kansas City, getting the game game-winning touchdown, that is. But blazing speed, has developed as a route runner, and again, with the attention that's going to be paid to Garrett Wilson and even Breece Hall in the backfield, definitely going to be an opportunity for Mecole Hardman to step up and take advantage of a matchup, that might not be as difficult as he could draw. And then, of course, Zach Wilson, 74 overall, still with the Jets after all these years. Drafted, became the starter, lost the starting job to Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers was here for a few years, and now he's back to it at quarterback. Breece Hall at running back, along with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and 84 speed is ridiculous. Not sure he's really that slow. Delvin Jones, the rookie fullback. Garrett Wilson and Mecole Hardman at receiver, with fellow third-year receiver Chet Callaway filling in that number 3 spot due to the injury to Patrick Wilson. Tyler Conklin and Joey Whitley at tight end. Whitley, of course, someone we were taking a look at. Mike Borden, left tackle. Elijah Vera Tucker at left guard. Ted Karras, the veteran, at center. Second-year right guard Gabriel Casey going to be lining up there. And then Mekhi Becton on the right-hand side of the line. John Franklin Myers and Will McDonald, those two ends on this defense. Quinnen Williams and rookie Darnell Wakefield up the gut, along with Travis Jones, former Raven. Josh Uche, someone you'll certainly see on the edge today as well, with Akeem Davis-Gaither. Zaven Collins at that middle linebacker spot. Of course, sad to see him go. It's really unfortunate that we weren't able to get a deal done. We stuck with him through thick and thin. But, sometimes it's just not the way the cookie crumbles. Corner, Sauce Gardner, Isaiah Rodgers, Byron Spikes filling in for the injured DJ Reed. Second-year safety Otis Towns back there on the back end, with fellow second-year safety Fadarian Sheldon filling in for the injured Kirby Joseph. Kaimi Fairbairn, the kicker. Trent Martin, the punter. And y'all, I do apologize. The very opening clip of the game, I was not able to save. As soon as I noticed that it hadn't uploaded to the system, I tried to just stop the game, or not stop the game, but I paused it, tried to figure out everything that I could, just wasn't able to get it. My Xbox said that it didn't upload, and I hit the button very, very quickly, said check back when it uploads. Of course, it did not, nor to the OneDrive, unfortunately. So this is where we start out. Jets did get the ball first. Very, very quick 3-and-out. Rondale Moore ended up getting into the end zone for us on our first drive, and this is the Jets' second drive, as you see, and it comes to an end with a decent throw by Zach Wilson, but he took a shot being stretched over there by the trainers. But Arizona now back on the field. Glenn Roberts looking deep left side, has Rondale Moore, and they're going to say he gets the feet in down at the 18-yard line, working there against Byron Spikes. And Roberts with a beauty of a ball. Rondale Moore, I did not think that he got those feet down. Still not sure that he got him down after looking at that replay. But they're going to give it to him. Cardinals now 1st and 10, red zone. But no, not so fast. Jets throw the challenge flag. They want to take another look at this. And quite frankly, I am with them. If I was on that sideline, 100% would have thrown the challenge flag myself. Left foot. And not sure that he was able to get that right foot down. We'll see what the call is on the field. It is going to be overturned. So now it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line, going into an empty look. Roberts quickly left side, back to Rondale Moore. Has him for a gain of 7. Akeem Davis-Gaither in on the stop. Now 3rd and 3. 3 tight ends on the left-hand side, with the shift coming from Trey McBride. And you got to think that this is going to be a run play here from Arizona, and it is. Ty Davis-Price trying to find space but can't. He is going to be stopped up there by rookie defensive tackle Darnell Wakefield. And with the win not in their favor, but just a little too close to punt, they're going to look to go for it on 4th, but Roberts is going to be rushed quickly. Travis Jones and Quinnen Williams getting back there, not allowing a clean throw from Glenn Roberts. And the Jets are going to take over on downs, as you'll see rookie quarterback Dustin Lilly now into the game, as Zach Wilson continues to remain on the sideline. Lilly, a 4th-round pick by the Jets, in this past NFL draft. He's going to have his first action of the season here as the first play he hands off to Breece Hall, then hands off to him a second time. And this time Hall has a lot more yardage. That's 23 on the left, on the sweep to the left-hand side as now they're going to go into under center and Breece Hall gets the give again. BJ Ojulari, he breaks off the tackle, and then Ojulari on the second effort still can't bring him down. Breece Hall finds the end zone from 33 yards out, and the Jets are on the board. They take advantage of a big-time stop by their defense, big blocking lanes up front, huge break tackle there by Breece Hall, and it's going to be a 7-7 ball game now as Arizona back on offense. As they start the drive with a give left to Ty Davis-Price, tries to cut it up the middle, nowhere to go. Jets all over it. Now 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. Should be the last play of it. Roberts going across the middle, looking for the rookie Zach Chambers, and there's going to be a flag on the play. They're going to get Akeem Davis-Gaither on defensive pass interference. Means it'll be an automatic first down, as here is Roberts stepping up and scrambling, slides down just short of that first down marker, but that will bring an end to the first quarter. Jets -3 passing yards. That last drive, of course, netting them 0, as Lilly never even dropped back to attempt a pass. 2nd and 1 now. Cardinals looking to go ahead and keep things rocking and rolling. Roberts has a man right side. Rashad Bateman wide open. He had the safety Towns in coverage and had him beat. Roberts doesn't connect with him on that occasion. So now it'll be a 3rd and 1 and a handoff to Antonio Gibson. But Gibson is going to be stopped short. Odafe Owe, the first Jet in there, and he's going to be short by just a couple of inches. Play action fake Roberts. He's going to dump it short to Antonio Gibson, who manages to stiff arm a man, Josh Uche, and get forward for the first down. Fresh set of downs. That was a heart racer right there. Now 1st and 10, trips left side. Here's Roberts looking deep for Rondale Moore, and Moore beats the second-year corner Spikes. Moore has speed, and Moore is into the end zone for the touchdown, his second of the ball game. And the Jets so far having their hands full with small Rondale Moore, man. Not somebody you want to have pressed up in man coverage like that, especially with such an inexperienced corner. The Cardinals make him pay. They're up 14-7. Jets back on offense. Zach Wilson back into the game now, and his first pass of the drive is going to be incomplete. Now 8:29 to go in the second. Zach Wilson still yet to complete a pass in this ball game. He's chased. Juan Drummond trying to get there. Wilson gets it away. There is a flag down, and they're going to get the Jets on an offensive holding call. And head coach Mike White has seen what his defense has done in this game against the pass. They're going to decline it and give them a 3rd down rather than going for a 2nd and 20, giving them another opportunity. As Zach Wilson forced to roll out, Lewis Cine initially was sending heat, but gets back and able to cover up Breece Hall, tackles him 6 yards shy of the marker, nowhere close. Jets are going to have to go ahead and punt the ball away. Here's Roberts scrambling out to the right, goes across the middle of the field to Rondale Moore as he continues to have a great performance. His 5th catch of the day, just a yard shy now of 100 as Roberts under center, making a lot of adjustments, going to fake it to Ty Davis-Price. He's going to roll, initially looking to run, but drops it to Trey McBride on the left side down to the 31-yard line. This offense has been very efficient so far today. 1st and 10, Roberts quickly to Trey McBride. Decided to lob that one. Curious decision, as it looked like McBride may have had some space to turn and run a bit upfield. But it'll be a 2nd and 7, trips to the right, but he's going to go back left to Trey McBride, who has a gain of 6. That's back-to-back catches there for McBride. And now 3rd and 1. Jets have been fantastic stopping this all day, and they were fantastic again, but not going to be able to stop this one. Gibson does just manage 1 yard there, but they're in the red zone now at the 19. Roberts uncorking one in the end zone for Rashad Bateman, but it's intercepted by Sauce Gardner. Roberts tried to give his playmaking receiver a chance to go up and get it. Wasn't a great throw. Sauce Gardner with his size and speed able to keep up with him the whole way. And Bateman really never even saw the ball coming. Jets now, huge takeaway. Still down 7, but with new life. Just under halfway to go here, or just under halfway done with the second quarter. And they're going to get the sweep going left side to Garrett Wilson, who's going to be brought down after a gain of just 1. Now 2nd and 9. Quick pass outside or outright to Breece Hall. Enrique Sneed is all over it as Zach Wilson has just 2 completions for 2 yards so far in this game. Now 3rd and 11. Zach Wilson must have heard what I was saying right before this play. Mecole Hardman beats Amani Harris. Harris can't get him on the dive. And Mecole Hardman with a huge play for the Jets. Jets had basically 0 offensive life in the passing game. Cardinals elect to press up on a 3rd and long, daring them to beat them deep. Mecole Hardman says no problem, beats Amani Harris on the streak route. Wilson hits him, tie ball game. Arizona back with the ball as Roberts on the first snap. Going to look left side for Trey McBride as McBride's been big over these last couple of drives now, 2nd and 1. Roberts going to hand it off to Ty Davis-Price, who gets some good blocks. Ty Davis-Price, with his biggest run of the game, makes a little move. And, man, what a Ty Davis-Price is just too shifty, man. Speed, power, elusiveness, you name it. 27 yards for him on that carry. Roberts, nowhere to go, was looking somewhere, couldn't find anyone to let the ball go to. Odafe Owe in there to bring him down. Now 2nd and 20. Roberts going underneath to Rashad Bateman, makes a man miss, but there is Zaven Collins on the stop. And man, it hurts to see him in a non-Cardinals uniform, but you know, it is what it is. This should help us get over it a little bit quicker. And on 3rd and 15, Rashad Bateman breaks a tackle after the catch and gets forward for the first down. The Cardinals let that clock roll a little bit. That is, on before that 3rd and 15 play call, you know, thinking that they were going to have to either punt it away or settle for a field goal. But instead, they're able to pick up the first down thanks to a big-time throw from Roberts and a big-time catch from Rashad Bateman as the first down play going to go for a gain of about 2 yards there. 2nd and 8, trips Roberts right over the head of the linebacker. He hits Trey McBride down to the 4-yard line. And Rondale Moore ends it off, his third touchdown now of the ball game of the first half. And Arizona has had a decent offensive game so far. The Jets, though, definitely doing a very good job of making Arizona work for it. They've taken away what they love to do the most, which is run the ball as we head to the half. And as we were saying, man, just 204. Just 56 rushing yards for the Cardinals as a team in that first half. Roberts has been getting it done mostly through the air, of course, not including that interception. But all in all, very good offensive performance, and the defense has performed spectacularly out of a few Breece Hall runs and 1 Mecole Hardman long bomb. But let's take a look around the league. Pittsburgh leading the Tennessee Titans 14-0. Kenny Pickett, 8 of 10, 71 yards and a score. We'll see if Pittsburgh can hold on. Tampa Bay in Atlanta for a divisional matchup, and it's the Falcons leading 14-3 over Jared Goff and the Bucks. Desmond Ridder, 9 of 13 for 130 and a score. Very tight game there. Well, what should end up being a very tight game there. Packers in Buffalo, up 14-10 over Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And how about Sky Moore, former Chief, now leading the way in receiving for the Packers so far? 3 catches, 45 yards. Of course, in real life, Moore has not really panned out for them. But man, first half, a lot of good fun. Really looking forward to the second half. And if the Jets can get any semblance of their pass game going, it really might be a game. As you see, Rondale Moore, 7 catches for 105 yards and 3 touchdowns here in this in this game so far through the first half. Cardinals with the ball to start things off. Roberts going to start off in the shotgun, and with Antonio Gibson in the backfield alongside him. Roberts looking left side for Trey McBride, wide open, not able to connect with him, just a little too far out of reach for McBride. Now 2nd and 10. Roberts going to fake the handoff to Davis Price. Roberts is rolling. Roberts nowhere to go with the ball as AJ Ringer, rookie tight end, got bumped and was not an eligible receiver for just a split second coming across the formation, and it gave John Franklin Myers enough time to track down Roberts. There was really no other options for Roberts to go with the ball, and it'll be a 3rd and 20 now. 3rd and 20, bunch look to the left. Roberts, here he is, trying to go deep, but can't. Quinnen Williams is all over him. And talk about a momentum-defining drive for the Jets defense. Cardinals with an opportunity to take a 2-score lead coming out of the half. Jets instead force a 3 and out, and they're going to get the ball back after not even a whole minute of in-game time. As you see, Breece Hall, 7 for 66 and a touchdown in that first half. He's been the lifeblood of their offense so far, again, outside of the one long ball to Mecole Hardman. And here he is getting the give, first play of their second half. Wow, I said not even a minute. It was a little more than a minute that we did have the ball. 2nd and 2 now. Here's Wilson looking deep, trying to hit Mecole Hardman again. Jalen Johnson was beat a little bit on that play, but Wilson overthrows it a hair. 3rd and 2 now. Breece Hall going to get the give, and Hall had a wide open hole and would have had a lot of real estate. Didn't see it, or maybe saw something else. They're going to be stopped there after a loss of 2, and they're going to punt it right back to the Cardinals. As here we are, 1st and 10. Roberts trying to find Rashad Bateman left side, but good coverage there from Isaiah Rodgers, leading now to a 2nd and 10. Roberts under center, and he's going to hand off to Ty Davis Price. And Davis Price managing to do some work there and actually pick up 5. Definitely thought he was going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage once again. But this Jets defense, again, just making Arizona work for every inch on the ground as Glenn Roberts finds Zach Chambers in a nice pocket there. His first catch of the ball game. Now 1st and 10. Here's Roberts going quickly. Chambers again, back-to-back throws. Has another first down across midfield to the 48-yard line. Now fresh set of downs. They're going back to that trips look. Antonio Gibson back into the ball game, and they're going to hand it off to him, working left side. Gibson able to power forward for a gain of 4. His best run so far of the day. But now 2nd and 6. Roberts going to fake it. Play action rollout. Roberts looking, has Rashad Bateman, and Bateman's going to be upended by Zaven Collins. Thought Collins might have actually been able to make a play on that ball. Luckily, he does not, and it'll be a 1st and 10. Roberts, here he is, rolling left. Nowhere to go with it. Roberts going to have to throw it away. Had 2 Jets in his face, not able to get a clean pass away, lets it go, and they're going to set up for 2nd and 10. Quick pass to Zach Chambers, 6 yards, his 3rd catch of the drive, as seemingly finding some rhythm here with Glenn Roberts. Now 3rd and 4, Roberts setting up the screen for Antonio Gibson. Gibson gets a block, Gibson gets another block, and Gibson is going to have a 10-yard gain there down to the 12-yard line. A 3rd down conversion keeps this drive alive, keeps the potential of a touchdown alive. Roberts is going to go short to Rondale Moore. Zaven Collins tried to dive after him, couldn't quite make it there. Rondale has them down now at the 3-yard line, as here we go on 2nd and 1. Roberts looking for somewhere to go. Quinnen Williams breaks off a block very quickly. Roberts nowhere to go. He throws it away, and there is going to be a flag. It's intentional grounding, means it'll be a loss of down, and it'll be 3rd and 17. As here's Roberts again rolling out for his life. Nowhere to go. Great coverage on the back end by the Jets, and they're going to force another throwaway, force a Cameron Dicker kick. He does make it right through the uprights. It's 24-14. Jets down 10. Need to make something happen here. Their defense has really kept them in this ball game. Zach Wilson, though, just 4 completions on the day. Here we are, 3rd and 1 after not much happening on that 2nd down play. Hand off to Breece Hall, and this time he is going to hit the hole. Breece Hall down to the 46-yard line. Hall, seemingly the well, I guess I can't say the only Jet. It's hard to really, get those numbers when Zach Wilson isn't even putting the ball in your hands. As here he has Mecole Hardman once again down to the 45-yard line for a 2nd and 1. Wilson now under center. He's going to bring someone in motion. It's Mecole Hardman who's going to get the jet sweep. Mecole able to get the first down. Arizona had some chances to bring him down prior, but that is going to be the end of the third quarter with Arizona up 24-14. And their both defenses really leaving their mark so far here at MetLife Stadium. First play of the fourth quarter going to be a handoff to Breece Hall, and Jalen Thompson fortunately able to corral him in time for some other Cardinals to join in and bring him down. Looked like it could have been another long Breece Hall run. Instead, it's 2nd and 6 as Wilson rolling left, and he is going to be dropped. Andrew Stinson, his first sack of the game, 4th on the season. And again, we know Stinson blitzing him is not something that you typically see from this defense. He is the best corner on the team, and you typically want him covering up somebody on the other side. This time he goes into Zach Wilson's face, able to bring him down. And now again on 3rd down, they're forcing Zach Wilson backwards. B.J. Ojulari, the first Cardinal in there. That's back-to-back sacks for the Arizona Cardinals. Reminiscent of what the first drive of the second half looked like for Arizona. Cam Thomas getting in there as well, half a sack apiece. And now with 8:11 to go and up 10, Arizona with an opportunity to really put this game away. As here we go, Roberts going to go short for Zach Chambers. Chambers has a gain of 7 there. His 4th catch now of the day. 2nd and 3. Ty Davis-Price in the backfield. Roberts going to make some adjustments here. And they are going to hand it off to Ty Davis-Price. Big block thrown there by James Rivera, the backup center, filling in for Keegan Buchanan at left guard as Ty Davis-Price, again, the space to find has been hard to come by, but Davis-Price has taken advantage a handful of times so far as he's going to look to take advantage again. Jukes 1, Jukes 2, trucks another. Ty Davis-Price, a gain of 19 yards there, and a running game that looked dead in the water the majority of the game, finding a lot of success here on this quote-unquote put-away drive as Roberts pump fakes and has Rashad Bateman. Bateman going to make a couple of guys miss, has a gain of 21. That's going to put them into the red zone right at the 20-yard line as Ty Davis-Price continues to be in the zone. And we know what kind of things can happen when he gets in his zone. Wow. Just as we're talking about it, Ty Davis-Price injured and running back into the locker room. We'll get some news on that shortly, but for now, it'll be a 3rd and 8. Roberts going to look quickly for Trey McBride, and McBride is going to have enough for the first down. Now, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line, and we will be doing the rest of this game without Ty Davis-Price. Broken collarbone, likely going to be a multi-week injury, as here's Glenn Roberts. Roberts trying to make a move, loses the ball on the 1, and the Jets recover at the 2-yard line. Glenn Roberts had the defense beaten on the read option, could have gone down, maybe could have even tried to lower the shoulder, but Otis Towns, the young safety, holds him up. It's Zaven Collins who comes in and ultimately forces the fumble, and the Jets now have life, but maybe not a whole lot of it as they're backed up here into deep in their own territory. 2nd and 9 now in the I formation. Here's Breece Hall, gets the give. Hall has a lane, and Hall has no Cardinals defenders in front of him. Hall just has to outrun Andrew Stinson, and Stinson won't catch him. 96 yards to the house. Touchdown Breece Hall. Touchdown Jets. Huge play there by the Jets. That fumble by Glenn Roberts was a 14-point swing. If we get into the end zone, assuming we make the extra point, it's a 17-point game. Instead, the turnover happens. Breece Hall gets loose for 96 yards. And just like that, Cardinals now working with a little bit of pressure on them as they're only up now 3 points despite really holding down that Jets offense pretty much all day. One deep ball to Mecole Hardman. One long run by Breece Hall. Well, 1.5 because he did have that 33-yarder as well. Other than that, kept in check. But here we are at the 2-minute warning, still ahead 24-21. Jets are going to have to start using timeouts pretty soon, as here we are on 2nd and 8. Handoff working right side for Antonio Gibson, and Gibson tries to get the edge, can't. Jets use their first timeout. Good job on Gibson staying in bounds. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Roberts has Rashad Bateman downfield for a gain of 22. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now. Handoff Antonio Gibson left side, and that is going to force the final timeout out of the Jets' hands. As now 2nd and 10, a first down would end the ball game. Handoff, Antonio Gibson, safety gets down there quickly. Towns, very, very good positioning there, and way to really break on that football. Well, I guess not break on the football if you're running the ball, but you know what I mean. Play action here. Looked like they tried to get a little too cute, tried to set up for the run, but really get the pass. Instead, it'll be a 4th and 6. They'll send out Cameron Dicker to take a 6-point lead, and it's up and good. Jets, no timeouts, but they do understand that they need to get into the end zone. Being up 6, little scarier than maybe even being up 3, because they have to get in the end zone and they know they have 4 downs to work with. As Wilson going deep, trying to find his man Tyler Conklin, but knocked away by Lewis Seen. And after a holding call on 2nd down, it'll be 2nd and 20. Here's Wilson looking again for Tyler Conklin, and Lewis Seen this time is going to intercept it. He said, let's go ahead and call ball game, and he does just that. We were just talking about how we have a number of ball hawks in this secondary, but maybe Lewis Seen really isn't considered one. He heard the noise, and on 1st down play, breaks up the pass to Conklin, and on the 2nd down play, intercepts it, ends the ball game. Cardinals going to line up in victory formation for a final kneel down, as they have avenged that brutal loss that they suffered at the hands of the Jets just a few seasons ago. Head coach Mike White feeling vindicated. Robert Saleh, you see, not happy over there. His offense, just complete lack of anything outside of Breece Hall all game. Garrett Wilson, I'm not even sure, recorded a catch. 27-21. Cardinals get it done. It was a hard-fought game. You know, that fumble by Glenn Roberts really gave them life, but ultimately it didn't end up costing them, and that's all you can ask for. Really, really solid defensive stand there when it really mattered. As you see, just 77 total passing yards for the Jets. 6 first downs. That's how you know that all of their points were really just long plays, man. 6 first downs the entire game. Also had led in the turnover margin, just had 1 to our 2, just 2 of 7 on 3rd down, though not going to get it done when we're 8 of 13. And here we go, Glenn Roberts, 29 of 38 for 362 yards, 3 touchdowns, did have the 1 interception. Not a great idea to test Sauce like that, but 76% completion percentage. Roberts continues to look up. Zach Wilson, 5 of 13, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And how about this? Zach Wilson did not complete a pass in the entirety of the 4th quarter. From about 3 minutes in the 3rd quarter on, had 0 completions. Breece Hall going 13 for 185 and 2 scores. Ty Davis Price, 10 for 82. Did get hurt. Again, we'll see what the diagnosis is as far as how long he'll be out. Rondale Moore, 8 for 114 and 3 scores. Rashad Bateman, 7 for 108. Trey McBride had 6 for 71. And Zach Chambers, huge on that on one of those drives there, had 3 catches. Otis Towns, 13 tackles. Zaven Collins had 11. Quinnen Williams and Juan Drummond, 2 tackles for loss apiece. Quinnen, 1.5 sacks. Stinson, Franklin Myers, Juan Drummond, 1 apiece. And then Odafe, Owe, Ojulari, and Cam Thomas, each with a half sack. Sauce and Lewis Seen catching an interception for each team. Zaven Collins forcing the fumble for the Jets. Badarian Sheldon recovering. And unfortunately, Ty Davis Price, broken collarbone, is going to be out for the next 6 weeks. This is prior to advancing the week, so I know it says 7, but going to be out for the next 6 weeks, unfortunately. But that's going to bring us here into week 4 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And just to, touch on Ty Davis Price a little bit more, that is a massive loss for this offense. Antonio Gibson, though, has shown that he can step into the shoes at least, enough. He's not Ty Davis Price. We're not going to expect him to be Ty Davis Price. But in short spurts, him and now second-year running back Darrell Hobbs should be able to kind of get that load. Gibson was pretty much splitting carries with Ty Davis Price. Maybe not splitting, more like 75-25. But now, should get a nice even 50-50 split. We'll kind of see the way that these games take us over the next 6 weeks. And it's going to start here against Tampa Bay. Of course, a team that we dominated in the playoffs last year. Just no answers from the Bucs. Jared Goff had nothing for him. The run game had nothing for this defense. And they're going to be looking to rectify that the way that we did against the Jets a week ago. But that's going to do it for this episode, y'all. I do hope we enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe should you feel so inclined. Until next time, have a great rest of y'all day and peace.